this is going to be a good video because I am going to walk you through how many notes do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ways you can use your existing clients or your parents in your program, and how you can use them in a way that does not feel salesy, that is simple, that is natural, and that is definitely going to help you with your word of mouth advertisement. So word of mouth advertisement obviously is no secret. It is very powerful. It is, I think, more powerful than any other type of marketing out there, because you are actually hearing experiences right from the horse's mouth. And I think that as childcare business owners and home daycare providers, a lot of the times, what I hear from my members at least is that I'm shy. Like, I don't know how to ask for a review. If somebody wanted to leave me a review, they would just leave me a review on their own. Why do I have to ask for it? But I would strongly encourage you to kind of shift that mindset, because a lot of families are busy. They're busy. Like, most families are busy running around doing their things. The other thing is you have to consider is that maybe someone loves what you're doing with their kid, but they don't know where to go to leave you a review, right? So people need guidance. They need that call to action. And a lot of the times, parents that are super happy with your program and your services don't understand how this can help you grow your program. Like, they don't understand how massive and how important this is for your business. So as a business owner, it's really important that you kind of get out of your way and allow yourself to go out and encourage families to leave you reviews and testimonials, but also leverage them in a way that's actually going to help you grow your business. Okay. So we're going to be talking about 6 different ways we can do this. And I know this is really going to help you. So make sure you take lots of notes, or go back and listen to this episode if you want. Okay. So the first is, obviously, if you are not running a quality program, if you're not someone that is committed to serving with excellence, no one is going to leave you a review. And if they do, it's not going to be a review that you could use for your advertisement, right? So that is right from the beginning. We always have to have that mindset of, we are serving our community. These are moms and dads that have trusted us and our staff with their child. And that is not to be taken lightly, right? And you really have to commit to yourself to run an amazing program, to hire people that love what they do and genuinely want to be there. And this has to be the first thing you do. Like, this has to be your starting point, right? So creating a positive, trust building environment is so important. So you do this a few ways. Obviously, you want to make sure you have the credentials, you're following all your guidelines. You have like newsletters going out, really teaching families and people that are signed up to your newsletter what you're doing, what the events are, how you're bettering your services, right? This is really important. You have to have that authentic communication. The moms and dads really value and respect, right? If you're someone that rarely posts on social media or never emails anybody out, only when their invoice is due, then that's no good for you, my friend. You really have to make it a point to show up for your business and to really kind of showcase the value that your program brings, and really encourage this, again, through the way that you treat your staff, through the way that you treat the children, through the way that you interact with moms and dads that are interested in your program, or that just ask you a question from social media, right? Or just pop in for a visit. That level of quality has to be there all the time, okay? All the time. Parents need to feel valued. They need to be respected. Obviously, they need to feel like you know what you're doing, that they can trust you with their child. Because if they do, they are much more inclined to speak highly of your daycare, right? If you're never there, or you just don't give them the time of day, then that's not going to be good for you, right? So a quick example, when I was running my childcare center, we would be there in the morning, right? So drop off would be, we would open the center at 7 and we closed at 6 p.m. So in the morning, I had staff that was there, and they would make it a point to buzz the parent in when they buzzed at the door, go out in the hallway, or kind of come out halfway from their classroom. And then as the kids were coming in, how are you? How was your weekend? How was the night? Is there anything we need to know? Blah, blah, blah. And the parents would chit chat. And a lot of our staff had these amazing relationships with parents that were in our program because of that genuine connection, right? When I was there, or with the other business owner was there, we would do the same thing. Just because I was the business owner doesn't mean I would be in my office and close the door. I would make it a point. I knew everybody's name, the first name, and we were on a first name basis with everybody. And I would make it a point to know a little bit more about their lives, because I think that made a huge difference. And I could tell that they felt that they were coming into kind of like a second home, which is exactly what our mission was when we started our program. I started my daycare with my sister, and obviously being a family run business, we wanted this to feel like a second home to not only the children and the parents, but also the staff as well. And that's exactly what we did. But again, it takes work, it takes commitment, and it really needs you to kind of show up for your business every single day, even when you're not feeling well, or even if you're not in the mood, to make it a point to come out and smile and say a good morning, right? This is really, really important. And I promise you, parents will leave feeling as though they have made the best decision for their child, by enrolling in your daycare, and they will go to work and, sing your praises there. The second thing I want you to do is I want you to leverage social media to encourage sharing. So obviously it's no secret, social media. So usually Facebook and Instagram is enough. I have a few clients that have YouTube channels, and they also have TikTok accounts, but let's just focus on Facebook and Instagram, sharing about, what you're doing, highlighting things, highlighting what a parent said about your program, highlighting events that you're doing with the kids, holidays, field trips, just coming up with creative ways that you can leverage social media. So the kids' projects and activities you're working on with them, so that you can grow your online following. And, here's a tip. You can always tag families that are attending your program to your post, so that their following can actually see the post that they were tagged in, right? So they can kind of get a sense as to what's going on in your daycare, right? What the feel is, what the vibe is. And that is definitely going to help parents. You're not only going to encourage them to go under your post and, comment, which is amazing. I love when parents do that. But also you are going to kind of make them feel like they're involved, right, in their child's life. And that is just so amazing, just to tag them and encourage them to comment and to share with their following, but also actively involve them in your content as well, especially when you're posting on social media. That's just a great way for you to not only get those positive comments underneath your post, but to get your post to reach more eyeballs locally, which is obviously free advertising, right? Number 3, it's not a shocker, request testimonials and referrals. So having a strong referral program is amazing, right? So having, let's say if you refer a client and they enroll, you get, XYZ, right? But also requesting testimonials. So asking someone for their feedback. And this is not, you're not going to go and incentivize them. If you, post this, I'll give you this. But I want you to encourage that communication, that open dialogue, and really just be honest with yourself. So maybe this can be in a video, right? Maybe you can record, maybe you can have a day in your week where you show up with your smartphone and you actually record the parents coming in, and you can ask them, can I record, I don't know, a short video testimonial. Like, I would love to hear your feedback. Would you be comfortable in doing this with me? And I can use this on our platforms. Most parents are going to say yes, right? If parents say no, it's up to them, right? But most parents are going to say yes. And then you can just ask them 2 or 3 questions before they go on to their, to go off to work or whatever it is that they're doing that day. And this is going to allow you to take these reviews and sprinkle them all over your website, your social media. If you're investing in ads, amazing, right? You can use them. And it's going to help you attract more local families that are kind of sitting on the fence. They want to hear more about your program, right? Especially if you do a really good job at collecting these reviews or these feedback videos consistently. So let's say every 6 months you can do this. It's really going to help you with that word of mouth advertisement that is just so powerful, and it's going to help you reach more local families and give them that extra push that they need, especially if they see all these amazing videos pop up on your feed. They're going to be encouraged to, to see what your program is all about, right? And a lot of parents, they might feel more comfortable typing something up, which is great. You can always take a snapshot and share it on your platforms. But if you can get someone to get on a video and to, again, answer a few questions, and a tip I can give you, because I've done this with clients of mine, is don't wait for the parents to go home and put makeup on and then just kind of give you like a scripted feedback. You really want this to be authentic. So my best advice to you is alert them that you will be recording feedback videos. So if anybody's interested, right? And then that day where you set that day to do those recordings, you can just have your smartphone in your facility or your home daycare and just ask these moms and dads to share about their experience in your program in under 60 seconds. Like, that's all that's needed, you guys. It does not have to be scripted. It doesn't have to be a video that's edited. Not at all. Those videos are the most powerful because they're real, right? And number 4, use real parent stories to build your authority and your authenticity and your authority. So what this means basically is, instead of always using photos, stock imagery, we call them, so going on websites like Pixels or Canva, try to use your content in a way that's actually sharing a story with a strong call to action at the end, right? So this can be, let's say, for example, sharing a success story. Let's say someone signed up in your program and it was their very first experience in daycare and their child was very hesitant and it took you a very long time to integrate them. You can share about what you did, how that worked, and then you can kind of do like a before and after type of thing where they went from a child that was really scared and kind of hesitant and shy to a child that's graduating your program, parents that are leaving you amazing reviews and testimonials, because their child has experienced XYZ, and kind of share that contrast. I think that stories sell, and we as people love to hear stories because we kind of see ourselves in those stories, right? So it's important for us to kind of leverage that. And especially if you're doing amazing work in your program, which I hope you are, and you're seeing these changes in these kids and in these families' lives, share about them, right? Again, this could be as simple as, this is what the child was like when they first signed up, and this is where they're at now. It could be as simple as, XY, like little Johnny was, was always crying when his mom dropped him off. And then today was the first day he walked in with a big smile and he came and he gave me a hug. Number 5, is host parent events and encouragement. Okay, so I loved doing this just because I feel as though when we're running an in-home, most of the day, obviously, all we do is interact with little kids, and we might see their families or the teachers or the people that we work with, our coworkers, a little bit in the morning, maybe on our lunch break. So hosting parent events are just so much fun. I worked at a daycare once when I first graduated school that hosted a wine and cheese for staff, but for the parents as well. And that was really fun because I got to meet my coworkers, the parents that were on the committee, other parents that were interested in signing up their kids, parents that were already in the program. It was a bit laid back and it was fun. Like, it was fun. Another idea could be hosting like a like a meet and greet type of thing every year at the beginning of the year. I used to do this in my center as well. So every October time when we had our new kids come in, once they integrated, then we had one night where the parents would come without the kids. They would meet the teacher. She would kind of present what the kids were going to be doing throughout that year, what the program was going to look like. They met the directors, right? They met me and my business owner, my co-business owner. We had like some snacks and some coffee. They asked their questions. Again, really laid back. But I think that by doing that, we really encouraged that communication, that dialogue. They felt like they knew us more than just, it's just, the director at my child's daycare, or it's just like my son's daycare teacher. And they knew everybody first name. They knew a little bit about them, their background. And I think that really helped us kind of keep our parents happy, and, really just foster that relationship between my staff and the parents, right? So I think that was really, really important, right? So think of something you can do, something fun. It doesn't have to cost a lot of money, something really cool that you can do that's kind of break the ice, if you will, something that parents kind of look forward to, and just get, and invite them to come and join, and then see how that goes. Take pictures, share about it on social media, and again, obviously tag them as well, so that you can show your community that you're really involved, and this was a night just for the parents, and this is who showed up, and this is what we did, and this is how we felt after. I think that's really, really powerful. And lastly, showcase parents' appreciation. So this is really important, because simple gestures that parents hopefully make throughout the day or throughout the year or throughout the month. So this can be like, maybe a parent brought you, I don't know, a birthday gift, and it was your birthday and they brought you a birthday gift, or Christmas time, or let's say they wrote you a beautiful card, like a thank you note, right? It's a great idea to showcase that on your platforms. Again, you're not being salesy. You're taking something that a mom and dad shared with you and you're posting about it, sharing about it, and tagging them, in the process, to really encourage other moms and dads that are following your page that haven't signed up yet to really take that next step and really trust you with their child. A lot of content creation and social media platforms, a lot of it has to do with you not only getting in front of the face, in front of the more eyeballs, I like to say, of moms and dads that may not know of your program, but it's really getting them to trust you faster with their child, right? So that's just an excellent way to not only thank someone publicly for their nice gesture, but to also, post about it and share about it so that other moms and dads can see that, hey, these moms are thanking her. They're sending her little cards. They did this, they did that. And that really encourages them to, take that next step and to enroll in your program. And I think I love that. I love this idea, because chances are that if you're running it in home, someone probably told you, thanks for taking such good care of my child, or I don't know, you don't know how much I needed to hear that this morning, or my son was so excited to come to daycare this morning, right? Or yesterday I heard my child, read or write their name for the first time. So these are all little things that they might not seem like something that's like a huge to you because you're used to hearing it, but in reality, these are little things that parents are telling you. They're like little gold nuggets that are showing their appreciation, so that you take that and you use it as word of mouth advertisement, right? It's really, really powerful. So it is simple to turn happy parents into free advertisers. It doesn't require a big budget. It doesn't require lots of tech skills. It doesn't require a lot of time. You just have to be aware of what's going on, what they're sharing, and really just taking that and using it in your advertisement. And I promise you that if you do this consistently, it is going to help you get noticed, and it's going to help moms and dads that are on the fence to raise up their hand and say, hey, let me book a visit with you, right? So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what you thought. If you need help with your social media marketing, all our links are in the show notes. Make sure you click on those and check that out. As always, I hope that this blesses you and your business, and I will see you guys again for another video next week. Bye.